ahead, guys.
All right.
Hey, Sean. Where you are in the calendar right now, you would have been past the second preseason game. Are you trying to, I don't know, maybe keep kind of a tally of where you guys are based on the what the calendar would have looked like at this time, based on progress?
Well, I'm not necessarily comparing it to where we would have been this time last year. You know, we knew when we set the calendar with this year's schedule where we expected to be. It was a big 2-minute install today, and our goal is to obviously Tuesday we'll be off, and then to get back in the pads and have more of a scrimmage type of a setting here towards the latter part of the week. So we're on schedule based on what we laid out. Now, compared to in years past where you're playing preseason games, it would be a little different.
Sean, that scrimmage part, are you talking about doing it here on campus, or are you going to do any of that at the Superdome?
Yeah, look, the plan is to be at the Superdome on Friday, and then we'll be back at the Superdome next week as well. So we'll have two practices there, and we'll get some live work done there. We'll also get some live work done, here on campus.
You mentioned 2-minute install. Were there things you liked about what you saw of it today?
Yeah, look, it's all the details relative to, playing fast, defensively, communication, making sure we're on the same page, and then understanding the multiple situations. There's so many of them: end of half, end of game, ahead 3, ahead 6, same way offensively. And so it's going through those, discussing those, and then we got some live practice reps today, creating those type of situations.
Sean, with Caesar at center for a couple days now, has that been pretty clean? Have you liked what you saw so far?
Yeah, look, we'll see the tape today. Yesterday, there were some good things, and then things that we want to see both he and Eric clean up. It's kind of going as we talked about. We wanted to work with both of those guys at the center right guard combination, and so we'll have a chance to see today's practice. But overall, I think it's been well.
Hey, Sean, what kind of progress have you seen in Carl Granderson? It doesn't seem like we've talked about him a whole lot on our side. But
yeah, look, I think number one, I see a change in his body type. Man, he's carrying more weight. I think he's had a good off season, and I think he's had some good practice days. He's put together a few, so I'm encouraged with how he looks. I think he's a strong player, and we'll continue to keep. He's one of those guys that these reps and these live situations, all of it's invaluable to him. He's a second-year player, but I would say number one, he looks to be heavier, but also stronger.
Hey, Sean, did Nigel Brown I guess why was he released? Did he just fall down the depth chart with some of these young linebackers?
Yeah, look, we're working constantly, evaluating all the snaps and looking closely at these guys, and it was a decision we made just based on what we had seen so far, and we're going to get some of these younger guys more work.
Was it a veteran rest day for Malcolm Jenkins today?
Yeah, look, with a handful of these guys, we'll sit them down. With Alvin, we're dealing with a little bit of a stomach bug, and with each one of these players, periodically, we'll give them some time off. So that's kind of where we're at there.
Sean, I saw Drew and Emmanuel Sanders working, like when y'all were doing punt, they were kind of off to the side, chatting through like a route they ran during team. How is that net connection coming along, and just with the kind of limited time that you have, how important is it to like kind of get that down now?
Yeah, look, I think we're right in the middle of it. You know, there'll be subtle things that he's picking up very quickly on, and then a few other things that you know, we need to be on the same page with. I think he's a guy that learns pretty quickly and has got good experience, and and that's part of, you know, it's part of camp.
Hey, Sean, I know you guys were, I know you probably got asked about the 2-minute drill earlier, but just overall as a coach, how important do you think that part of the game is, the situational part in the 2-minute, both offensively and defensively?
I think it's very important. When we look at the breakdowns every offseason, you know, you're going to be offensively and defensively in that type of situation at the end of the first half, and man, in a large majority of the games, you're going to be in that situation at the end of the game. You know, comparatively, when you look at your goal line cut up, if you will, you know, you might be at 14, 16 snaps, but 2-minute, you're going to be, you know, over 100 snaps, and oftentimes with the game on the line. So I think it's huge. It's, you know, it's having to defend to win a game or having to score to win a game.
Ethan Greenage got into some work with Ramczyk, not there today. What have you seen from him in his, second camp?
He's had some good flashes. I think he's becoming more and more consistent. He's a good athlete, and you know, I'm encouraged with his progress so far. All right, thank you guys.
I'm calling you. First question is going to go to Jeff Duncan. Jeff?
Hey, Marcus, can you just tell us the defense's viewpoint of the 2-minute drill today and the competition y'all had? It seemed like a very spirited practice today.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Just wanted to ask you about the 2-minute competition between the offense and defense in practice today. It seemed like a really spirited practice, and both sides were really into it.
Right. The situations are what you have to do every year. You have to prepare for situations every week, every game. We encounter them. You never know when they're going to come up, but 2-minute is very important, whether it's at the half or at the end of the game. So we just have to be ready, and so that's what we did today.
Next question from John DeShazer.
Marcus, generally you're the first, second, third guy out on the practice field, I guess, before practice. Is there some ritual you're going through mentally or physically to kind of get yourself ready for practice, or you just kind of an early bird guy, or what?
Just go out there and get warmed up, get my mental reps going. Just imagining making plays on the field. That's just something I do every day, every game. Just so I'm ready, just so my mind is ready, just so my body's ready, and when the time comes, going on the field and just making those plays that I'm imagining in my head.
Questions from Nick Underhill.
Marcus, all the guys you guys have that can play safety and the combination, Swanger, PJ can do some stuff. Just how crazy is it just kind of to think about all the different ways you guys can line up with this guys and do different things, and just the versatility of that group?
We're telling the group, everybody's out there, everybody knows what to do, so it's a versatile group. Everybody's working together. We have that good chemistry, and we're just trying to create that culture. So when we go out there on the field, there's no let off. Somebody goes down, it's the next man up. And that's just what we do. That's what we do back here, and that's what's gonna help us when the season comes.
Next question from Amos Morale. Amos, I think you're on mute.
Can't hear Amos.
All right, how about now? Does that work?
Yes.
All right. Coach mentioned that
with no preseason games, trying to get more live periods and more scrimmage type activities, having some practices at the Superdome. Do you find that helpful, or does that matter to you in any way, shape, with your preparation?
Sorry, I really couldn't hear you. He was breaking in and out. I heard something about the stadium, but that's all I heard.
Yeah, just Coach mentioned practicing at the Superdome, trying to get more live periods with no preseason games. Do you find that helps you with your preparation?
Right, I think it's beneficial to be able to go to the dome and get some more reps, get some live reps. It's just gonna help us, especially without the preseason games. So being able to have that time is just gonna help in our preparation. Get ready for week 1. There's no preseason games, so we got to make the best of our opportunities over there at the dome.
Next question from Nick Underhill.
Just what kind of growth have you seen from CD just year 1 to year 2, just his maturity and just coming in, and does he seem like he's playing faster, more settled in, or anything?
Right, he's definitely growing. He's definitely growing as a person, as a player. Just listening to the coaching and just trying to do every little thing right that he can. So he's coming out there every day, trying to get better, trying to do the best he can, and staying in the playbook, staying on the field, asking questions. And the more he does that, the better player he's going to be. That's just what we preach back here. Everybody's listening to everybody. There's no egos back here, so that makes it easier for each and every one of us. A younger guy could tell an older guy that what's going on, and an older guy could tell the younger guy what's going on. So that's the type of culture we're trying to build over here.
Questions from John DeShazer.
Marcus, you mentioned the Superdome. How much are you looking forward to going over there, I guess, and getting a different visual, a different venue, just kind of breaking the monotony?
I think it's just a good opportunity for us. Just being able to get under the lights, being able to get that feeling, especially without the fans. So it's going to be pretty much exactly how the game's going to be. So practicing game-like situations in the game environment for this year is going to be beneficial for us.
Okay, I think we're all set. Thanks, Marcus.
Thank you.
You hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. If you guys have questions, put it in the chat and we'll begin. Maybe from John Sager.
Eric, for you, how's the switch, going from, center to right guards back and forth? How's that process been for you?
I would say it's been pretty good. There's a lot of learning that's been going into it. Just a different technique and stuff that I have from guard to center. But overall, I'd say it's going well. Not much has changed playbook-wise, so that's come pretty easy.
Next question's from Nick Underhill.
I'm just curious, being out there at the practice, when Taysom's at quarterback, it sounds like Drew, when he's doing the cadence, almost exactly. How important is it for you guys on the offensive line for that to sound almost the same and indiscernible?
I would say it's extremely important, especially in this offense, just because we're all very tuned in. All 5 of us across the line are tuned into the snap count. And we know when the ball is going to be snapped, and it gives us a good timing and a good jump on the defensive line.
And how much is, I don't know if you've been with Jameis. How close is he to being on this page with the other guys?
He's definitely getting there. The first few days were a little rough, but now he's really grabbed onto it and grasped it, and I would say he's right there with everybody else now.
And when you say especially for this offense, why especially for this offense is it a little bit more important, do you think?
I would say just because all 5 of us are really tuned into the snap count, and we're really, really, really focused on getting a jump on the defensive line because we view that as our biggest advantage over them.
Next question's from Amy Just.
Hey, back to Caesar. Regardless of where either one of you are, how is your chemistry coming along with the two of you side by side?
Yeah, I would say it's coming along good. Me at center, him at guard, me at guard, him at center. The communication's there, and it's just been a big emphasis between the 2 of us being young players, making sure that we're on the same page.
How much did it help that the 2 of you had talked even before you got into camp, before he even got drafted?
I would say it was helpful because we kind of got a feel for each other's personalities. and this type of guy you're going to be playing next to, whichever position it was going to be, it was really helpful.
Next question is from Amos Morale.
Yeah, kind of following up on that. When he reached out to you before the draft, what kind of prompted you to respond, and what was that conversation like?
I mean, I feel like anytime there's a young college kid that's just looking for guidance, whether that's combine, going into pro day, whether it's after they get drafted, I feel like I'm not a veteran yet, but as a guy that's been in the league for a year and having those experiences, it's my obligation, it's my duty to respond to him. And I forgot the second half of that question. I'm not going to lie to you.
Just what was that conversation like, and what was some of the advice you kind of passed on?
Oh, it was really short, really sweet, really simple. But he was just asking about the combine stuff, and I just told him that it was going to be a long week, but he had to grind through it because he had the talent, he had the skills, he had the knowledge, but mentally he just had to be there.
And then I guess working side by side with them, both of you guys working at center and right guard. Have you guys been able to bounce kind of ideas and kind of help each other learn the different positions? Yeah,
of course. I mean, I've been helping him at center more, just because yesterday was his first day actually getting live in practice reps at it. Just helping along with some of the calls and all that, because since he's been here, he's kind of been focusing on guard more because that's a position that he didn't know as well. So just kind of helping along with the calls, the IDs, stuff like that.
Next question is from Douglas Mountain.
Eric, do you think maybe guard might be more suited to you just because of the way you could use your athleticism a little bit? Do you think there's any truth to that?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself. I wish I could give you a better answer than that. I do appreciate the compliment on the athleticism, though. But I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Just, see how I can incorporate my game into playing guard.
Next question is from Jeff Duncan.
Eric, this is kind of a cheesy question, I guess, but what's it like being in the 2-minute drill with Drew Brees like y'all were today?
It's very fast. It's very fast. It's very intense. And pretty much you just want to protect him at all costs, because he's leading the charge. He's taking charge of the whole thing, and he's our leader out there. You can't let him get touched in the 2-minute drill.
If I can follow up real quick, the connection between him and Mike Thomas, I know you're out there taking care of your responsibility, but you also come to the sideline after that and say, this is why that connection has been so successful? Because, he's going against Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah. Yeah, when you have the best receiver and the best quarterback in the league, that connection is going to be there. And they work on it day in and day out to perfect that connection. And it's really amazing to see their work ethic when it comes to that.
Next question is from Christopher Dunnels.
Hey, Eric, when Jameis Winston's name came up, you had a big smile on your face. So I'm just curious to see what you're seeing out of Jameis there now that you guys are in the same huddle.
Man, Jameis is one of the funniest guys in the locker room. He brings great chemistry, great charisma to the locker room. He's just a fun guy to have around. That's why the smile came up.
Next question is from Rod Walker.
Hey, Eric, as a center, when you play a road game with no fans, how different is that going to be for you? And
I think it'll be a lot easier. Just getting the calls out, hearing Drew, all of that. I think it'll be a big advantage for us this year.
Next question is from Nick Underhill.
This seems kind of obvious, but do you have a preference between guard or center? It seems like you're more comfortable at center, but do you care where you end up at?
At the end of the day, I consider myself a team-first guy. And just whatever's going to put us in the best position for this team to win, I'm cool with. I don't have a preference.
Next question is from Catherine Terrell.
So I have to follow up on Jameis Winston, because Jared Cook was cracking up when he was talking about Winston in the huddle the other day. Was there something he said when he got to the huddle the first time, or something everyone said to him that has everyone laughing about?
No, it's just when he comes into the huddle, he comes in there with his eyes really wide, and he's just looking around at everybody. with the hugest smile on his face, and it just it makes everyone in the huddle laugh every time.
Next question's from Brett Martell.
Hey there, Eric. I know coaches like to create competition in training camp, but I'm just curious, do you see yourself in a competition for center, or do you not look at it that way?
I mean, not really. I mean, I consider it a competition. I consider myself one of the best 5 guys that can be on the line at any point in any time. But just center competition, no, sir, not really.
All right, that should wrap it up. Thanks so much, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
No problem.
Headphones? No headphones, right there. You're good. Can y'all hear okay?
Hear me, Carl?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, Carl Granison here. If you have a question, put it right in the chat, and let's get started. First question's from Nick Underhill.
Carl, it looks like you're off to a pretty fast start in camp so far, making some plays. Just how much more comfortable do you feel this year compared to last year, just coming in?
I'm feeling a lot better. I'm a year smarter, and I'm just out there trying to make plays and do whatever I can to help the team out.
Next question's from Mike Triplett.
Carl, what did you focus on most this offseason, both as far as your body shape, size, weight, that kind of stuff, and also as far as what techniques you wanted to work on the most?
I focused on mainly my strength. Trying to get stronger, bigger, stronger, and faster. So I put on a couple pounds this off season, maybe like 10 pounds. Because we're in the trenches now. So my strength, and then I've been in the playbook more. So that was the key thing for me the off season. Getting smarter with the plays, learning the defense a little better, and getting stronger.
Next question's from John DeSager.
Well, actually, I can pass. Mike just got it.
Say that again?
No, I'm sorry. I was just saying I can pass. Mike Triplett just asked you what I was going to ask you about your body shape.
All right, next question is going to be from Brooke Kirchhoffer.
Hey, Carl. Jared Cook mentioned the other day that the defense just has a new look to it. Do you feel like there's just a different edge to the defense as a whole this year compared to last year?
Yeah. The defense we a lot better than last year. We got some vets on the line, and we all working as a team. We hunting to the ball with effort, and we just bringing the energy every day. So the defense is we a step further than we was last year. We just got to continue to push and get better every day and try to hunt.
Next one's from Nick Underhill.
Carl, do you have any personal goals for the season? Anything you're trying to achieve?
Yeah, my personal goal mainly for this season is just to contribute on special teams. Set the tempo on special teams because it's 1/11. Everybody got to do their job, and I'm a key part in that. So be a special team kind of guy, and then on defense, do whatever I can, to help the defense out. Whatever coach want me to do, just go out there and play hard. So my main thing is just bring the energy and set the tempo.
Next question's from Amos Morale.
Yeah, Carl, you mentioned special teams first when you were asked about your goals. Is kind of why is that? Why is your focus sort of on special teams?
Say that again. You kind of low.
Oh. You mentioned special teams at first when you were asked about your goals. Just kind of why is that your focus and the area you really want to impress on?
Because last year I was a key. I played a key role last year in special teams, and that's how I got on the field most of my plays last year. And I love special teams. I didn't play it in college, but when I got here, I was on every special teams, and I like competing. So I'm just trying to compete and get better, and special teams just set the tone.
Next question's from Mike Triplett.
Couple follow-ups real quick, Carl. What is your weight right now?
Right now, I'm between 280 and 277.
And did you ever play that big in college, or this is the biggest you've been?
This is the biggest I've been. I'm feeling way better now. Bigger, stronger. Last year I played at 258, and I'm feeling good now. Running around like a gazelle and just having fun out there.
And then is any of that like I don't know exactly how you used in college, but you more specialist than you.
Say that again.
Mike, you broke up.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's your run defense along? How do you feel about your run defense compared to your pass rush?
I feel good about both. We got some good run stoppers up front. The whole D line. We big, we physical, and we play hard. So that's the main thing. Just to stop the run so we get an opportunity to pass.
Next question's from Amy Just.
Yeah, lighthearted question here, Carl. Last year when you got your first sack, your teammates gave you some grief for your celebration. Have you given any thought to a new one other than the worm, or are you going to continue doing that one?
Yeah. I've been working on it, this off season, trying to think of how I can be creative, but at the same time save energy for the next play. So I've been working on it a little bit. I might bring the worm back out. We'll see.
Next question's from John DeSager.
Carl, you said you hadn't played special teams before the NFL, but now you embrace it. What was that learning curve like to go from not having played it to now embracing it? What did you have to go through?
My college coach, he always told me, he was like, at the next level, everybody plays special teams, so you will eventually play one day. So when I got here, at first it was kind of slow for me because I never played a snap of any special teams, so it was slow, and I picked it up really quick by watching film, staying extra, just in the playbook. But that transition was no different from defense, really. So, but the thing about special team, one wrong move, it can cause and hurt the team. So it's an important thing.
Next question's from Brooke Kirchhoffer.
Hey, Carl, have you noticed a difference in Marcus Davenport this training camp?
You said notice a difference in Marcus Davenport?
Yeah, just from last year to this year and him coming off that big injury this offseason.
Yeah, I noticed a big difference, when we first came in. He's a lot bigger and stronger, and he's faster. He's moving around pretty well, way better, this year than last year. He's improved. He's getting to the pass rusher, and he's stopping the run. So he got the overall package. We just trying to work and get better overall, do whatever we can to help the team. But Marcus is looking good out there.
And has he become any more of a vocal leader just in this offseason?
Who Marcus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He give us pep talks and try to get us going and set the tone and bring the tempo as well. But he's more of a show by action type of guy. So.
Thank you.
All right, Carl, that wraps it up. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah, appreciate it. Have a good one.